Well, all right. So Trump did a physical and mental health exam, and it turned out he's healthy. He's 71, and he's got no risk for heart disease. And but the point I really want to talk about is his mental cognitive exam that he took. He specifically requested this, which I thought was a great idea by him. Because liberals and Democrats who are idiots, who have never talked to Trump, who have never spoke with him, have been accusing him of having dementia and possibly having Alzheimer's and that shit, and saying that, talking, the 25th Amendment. Well, that argument now is pretty much dead. I mean, he passed the test, which tests for Alzheimer's and dementia, 100%. He got 100% on it. So all these idiots that, again, have been talking about dementia and Alzheimer's, and just because they disagree with Trump, they're now trying to do an unconstitutional act and remove him from office. Again, you just can't remove somebody from office and create a bullshit reason that he has dementia just because you hate him. Just because you disagree with him. We had an election. We had a fair election. And despite what the mainstream media will have you believe, there is still I have not seen any proof that Russia hacked the election in favor of Donald Trump, or even hacked the election at all. So shut the fuck up about that. Oh, what's the evidence? The intelligence agencies told us so. Well, the intelligence agencies have told us a lot of things throughout the years, and a lot of them have been false weapons of mass destruction. So I would like to see some evidence that Russia hacked it, and I would like to know also, what do you mean by Russia? Russia's not a person. Russia's a country. So what do you mean Russia? Was it a person in the Russian government, or was it a Russian citizen? Was it somebody, from Russia? Who was it? Who hacked it? So Trump passes, and people have been also calling him stupid and dumb and a moron, which again is one of the least sensical attacks I've seen on Trump yet. He's obviously not a moron if he's a multi-billionaire who's built some of the biggest businesses in the world. He's done some great things in the business world, in the real estate world. He's won the presidency. He's a reality TV star who had one of the longest shows on television. One of the longest, seasons wise. I think it was like 14 or 15 seasons with The Apprentice. I mean, he's done many great things, and people, he declared bankruptcy 4 times with his businesses. Yeah, believe it or not, successful businessmen do have failures. They have bad years. They have bad things. That's part of being in business. But liberals don't understand that. They don't understand that sometimes you do fail in business because they've never, had a legitimate job in their lives, and they, don't do anything productive. They're just on welfare all day. So he's an incredibly smart person. Who doesn't have any signs of dementia or Alzheimer's, so is CNN and MSNBC and all these fake news networks going to come out and apologize for putting out stories talking about Trump and the 25th Amendment and talking about him having dementia or Alzheimer's? And are all these people all these fakes like Michael Moore and Keith Olbermann going to come out and apologize for talking about the 25th Amendment? No, they're not. Nobody is. Even though they've been proven false by his cognitive exam, which he passed with flying colors. And even still, after this great health report that he had, the media still grilled this doctor that gave the health exam for over an hour, I think it was, asking about whether he has a drug addiction. I mean, really? That's your questions? I think they even asked if he had a sexual addiction. They asked if the doctor was going to restrict his use of Twitter. I mean, this is legitimate reporting nowadays, and this is the low the mainstream media has fallen to. This is the low, asking if our president has a drug addiction. They are scavengers. They are vultures trying to look for the littlest things, trying to declare Trump not fit for office. I mean, this is just ridiculous. The level the media has fallen to. Now, back in the day, like 100 years ago, when FDR, maybe a little bit less than that, but when FDR had polio, the media actually helped him cover it up because, especially too, it was I believe World War II, and you don't want your leader to look weak in a time of war, especially. So the media actually helped cover that up and helped keep that silent. Now, if you look, going to today's day, the media is just looking to lie about it to make our president look weak. So it's actually the opposite of what, and you could argue whether that was good or bad, but I mean, the media was probably, more Americana, actually behind him, actually was rooting for America to win the war. It actually wanted America and FDR to succeed, so they didn't want the president to look weak. But now it's the opposite. Trump's actually perfectly healthy. He's a healthy human being, and the media is trying to invent things that are wrong with him. He has dementia. He doesn't exercise enough. But they have failed because this exam proves that he is totally fit to be in office. And obviously he's a hard worker. He's done many great things in the business world. He's totally fit for office. So there you go, people. That's all I got to say about that. The media's pushing of this whole, impeach Trump over the 25th Amendment. He's not mentally stable, blah, 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 blah. It's falling apart. It's bullshit. He passed the cognitive dementia Alzheimer's screening exam, 30 out of 30, 100%. So there you go, people.